Mala, your team almost sort of came towards the end, towards achieving a draw, but I mean, in the end, it was a loss. But how would you sort of look at the way your team fought out the final day?
Well, obviously disappointed that we lost the game. It was a tough test match in the sense that we were chasing the game probably after the third day or fourth day, but we kept fighting, especially in the first innings when we lost those 4 wickets. Dilshan and Angelo batted really well to get us back into the test match, and few opportunities. But obviously today we knew that we just need to make sure we bat through a couple of sessions sensibly, see what happens. Up until tea we were pretty on target. We had 2 batsmen in, and lost 2 wickets soon after tea. The Siddle came and bowled really well, so that's probably when everything went in the other direction. But disappointed that we lost the test match. I think we fought well in this. If you had got a draw out of this, going to Melbourne would have been a much better situation. But now we need to pick ourselves up, see areas where we need to improve, and move on.
Was there a point in the test today where you felt their spirits were dropping and you were able to hang in there?
Well, I think tea time, it was pretty much even. They knew they need to pick up early wickets soon after tea. We had about 35 overs to bat. We had 2 batsmen in. It was a situation about us batting, maybe hour and a half with those 2 guys somehow, and probably would have pushed them back because they would have had to use all their main bowlers. But we lost two wickets soon after tea in a space of 6-7 overs, and obviously then lifted things up for them. But that's probably crucial. But they played good cricket throughout the test match, and they deserve to be in that situation.
Mahela, what have you learned from this test, and have you ever been involved in drawing a test match or fighting to save a test match on a pitch like this?
Well, it was a challenging wicket. Obviously, before the test started, there were a lot of things were spoken about this wicket, and maybe teams wouldn't have lasted for 3 days. But it was a challenging wicket. But we battled it out for 5 days. Tough conditions. The plates were moving towards the latter part of the test match, but credit to the boys. Everyone fought both sides. I thought we stuck in. It was a challenging test wicket. I mean, you don't get placid tracks everywhere you go in. It was a challenging one, and we found a way to have a very good test match. So I'm quite happy with that.
Mahela, you said you needed to improve on some things. What are some of those aspects of your game?
Well, I think we with bowling, I thought Chanaka coming back from injury after 8 months, he showed a lot of improvement, glimpse of his form coming back, but still we were not consistent in certain situations. We let them loose. We need to tighten things up a bit more. Batting first innings, I think we need to consolidate a bit better, make sure that we put more runs on the board in a first innings of a test match. That's when you try and take control of things. So those are a couple of areas which we need to improve, but can take a lot of positives. The way Dilshan batted was a very controlled innings. He dominated the attack. Angelo batted really well in tough situation when we were 4 down. And even second innings, even though we knew the wickets were going to be tough, everyone buckled down and batted really well. We were getting few blows in our body, but everyone stuck to that task. So very proud of the boys, the way they fought.
Was that fair to say the difference between the two things?
Well, I thought he had more control out of all the quicks that bowled in this test match. He was much more consistent in areas which he was asking questions from the batsman, and especially on a wicket like this, when you're in that area, there's something bound to happen. So he's probably the standout performer in this test match.
Mahela, there's been some talk from your management about some issues with ball tampering. Are you aware of those concerns?
It wasn't our management. I thought you guys, it wasn't from our management. I think, it's something that we saw on television, which was shown, and that was it. I mean, nothing else. Nothing came from our management. We just wanted to make sure that the officials saw what we saw on television. That's it. Simple as that. We never made any official complaint about it. we just moved on. I mean, it's up to the officials to see whether there's anything happen, and if so, then take action. If not, we move on.
Your manager didn't seem very happy today when a few of us spoke to him at various stages about the issue. Do you feel it's been dealt with correctly?
Well, that's something that we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, when we informally spoke to the officials, they said they've noted it down. The easiest thing for them to would have done was at least have a chat with the Aussie management or the captain and see what happened and move on. And if they haven't done that, then we're a bit sad about it. You know, that's the minimum requirement. When everyone saw on television what they zoomed in, I mean, it's not just that we picked up something, it was shown on television. That's when we saw it as well. So the minimum requirement would have been to at least to have a chat and see what happened and for us all to move on. Simple as that.
As captain, do you think that was ball tampering?
I don't know. It was a still photograph. I don't know. If it was happening, I mean, I didn't follow up all the other Twitter stuff and social media stuff which has come out. I hadn't had time to look at those stuff. So, that's something that the officials have to decide. Simple as that. Not me.
When you say it's not from your management, that's not right, is it? If your management has discussed it with the ICC match referee, then it is from your management.
It's about the proceeding is, I mean, if we see something happening, we can make an official report, which we haven't done because we didn't see anything. It was an informal discussion.
Between informal and
We can ask the match officials if we saw something on television that whether they saw the same thing. And when that was asked, they said, yes, we saw that. We put a note in that. So they would take it up. So simple as that. So there's a lot of informal discussions happen between the officials and the management, which doesn't be official about it. It's just discussions. It's to do with timings and various other things as well. So
if you feel something was wrong, why don't you make an official complaint?
because we don't have any proof. I mean, it was on television. I mean, it's something that, you know, if that's what I said, if the officials deems that there is something to it, they can proceed with it. If not, we just move on. There's no harm done.
From the vision, Mahela, what did you see?
Well, obviously, it was for the TV guys to zoom in and stop. So obviously they saw something funny. Otherwise, you know, we had 5 days of test cricket, nothing else was shown. So it's up to the officials to find out even from the TV guys to see whether there was something funny happening. Is that the reason that they showed it? Otherwise, they don't have to show something like that on national television where, you know, millions of people are watching this match. So that's what, you know, prompted us to find out, you know, what was going on. And that's it. Like I said, you know, we don't have any proof. We didn't see it. So we can't make any official complaint about it. And we'll move on from it. I mean, it's entirely up to the officials to make a call on that. If they feel that there was nothing wrong happened, so fine, we just move on.
How would you describe the relations between both teams?
Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you know, we will, you know, fight it out there on the field, and you know, there's no love lost in that. But you know, off the field, we're pretty good friends, and you know, if there's something, obviously we can have a unofficial chat about it, the players. But you know, it's not a bigger deal. I mean, I think they've got the talent to win matches without doing those kind of stuff. So I'm pretty confident about that.
So, Mahela, there's a formal investigation of this? Is that what you'd like to see?
No. I mean, it's like I said, you know, it's up to the officials to see whether there's something, and it's entirely up to them. We never made an official complaint about it. We saw what everyone saw on television. I mean, if it's like if we pick up something, if somebody is doing something to the ball on the field, we'll tell the umpires, and then the umpires will take it on. That's what the protocol is, and then we'll make an official complaint after the game saying we saw something. We inform the umpires, then take it up. So this is something that we never picked up. It's a television company who picked it up, the broadcaster. So it's up to the officials to chat with them and see whether they have any other footage of anyone doing anything. If not, we move on.
The ICC's put put out a statement just a short time ago saying that the umpires didn't see any evidence of ball tampering and that they weren't planning on putting any charges down. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine, no problem. I mean, it's nothing that we came up with. It's just something that we all saw on television. And when you zoom in something like that, and when they discuss something, if somebody is doing something, obviously there was, they feel that was something suspicious. But if they don't have any evidence, we just move on. Fine with that.
Mahela, you have about 11 days before the test match. What is the plans what are you planning to do in these 11 days? I mean,
Well, I think we've got a few days off, and some of the families are joining the team in the holiday time. So that's something for the guys to look forward to, because we've been playing a lot of cricket in the last 2 years or so. And after that, once we start training, we just need to buckle down and brush on a few things that we need to improve. As a unit, and once you start a series like this, there's always room for improvement. Try and strive for that, extra bit that might make a difference for us. I mean, when you come to a place like Australia and playing a strong team like Australia, you need to gather everything that you can, make sure that you play your A game and play it throughout a test match, so that we can get something out of it. So we'll work really hard in the next, 5-6 days leading up to the test match, and make sure that we're ready for Boxing Day.
when are having the official practices?
I think it's scheduled to start from 21st. Yes, 21st.
Bit of a light-hearted one, but what was your reaction when Matthew Wade decided to bowl on that?
I wasn't sure what he was trying to do, honestly. I haven't seen him bowling even in state cricket. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Just before tea, they were trying something different. We've had few times, we had Kumar bowling and few other guys rolling their arm over. It's always a funny moment out there to try and, get the guys going. So for us in that situation, it was important that we don't lose a wicket for him, so the guys handled him pretty well. And yeah, that was it, I guess. I think it's more funny when Hughesy put on pads to keep wickets.